Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and in this video I'm opening my Knitcrate. I literally just got this. And then after I open my Knitcrate, I am going to show you folks something I just purchased and chat a little bit about it. Okay, so let's start. You guys, I don't have a scissor over here by me, so you are totally gonna see me do something. I'm just using the back of my earring. Okay. Let's put that there. Okay. Ooh. I think I like what I see already. Ooh, I love it, you guys. Ooh, look at that. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. I'm so excited here. This is, I'm gonna say it's like some kind of lavender. Oh, it is the coolest yarn in the world. This is called Wee Violets. It's a merino wool, baby alpaca, organic cotton. So 48% merino wool, 20% alpaca, 32% organic. It's a DK weight, 274 yards. And y'all, this is something new. Look at this. Do you see? Let's get it to focus. Do you see what that yarn looks like? How it has like, it looks like it's already been like stitched or knitted. What's that called? Does anybody know what that is? Well, I bet you will tell me about it in this book. So I've got two of these, obviously. Look at them. I love it. It's purple. And then they gave me a little treat, a little tape measure, a little house on it, a little fabric. It's like a fabric cover for a house. So let's read about this yarn now. Knitcrate Inspirations. There's the cover. There's a cover model, 2019. This is the June. Lovely and light. Okay, I'm going to read you what this first little blurb says. It says, this month's membership crate features a new base. Vidalana Aloft is a blend of 48 merino wool, 20% baby alpaca, and 30% organic cotton. Braided into a unique chainette structure that gives every stitch an abundance of texture and squish. Each skein has 274 yards of DK weight. This yarn debuts in two colorways, Tiger Lily and Wee Violets. Okay, so this is the other colorway, kind of an orangish Tiger Lily. Really happy about the Wee Violets because I love purple. I'm really praying, please let it be a nice crochet pattern. So there is a knit, which is that gal in the purple. She's wearing the knit pattern. Okay, it won't focus. Sorry, folks. And Glowing Afternoon. And then also there are some whimsical socks. Here are the two colors next to each other. I am definitely happy with the Wee Violets. Would not have been sad with the orange or whatnot. So the knit pattern, I'm not going to go over too much because I probably won't do it. It looks to be more intermediate. I'm still a beginner knitter. And I'm not developing those skills, unfortunately. They've done something new. The book is less full. I feel like the book feels lighter. Okay, so the real thing that I'm on to is the crochet. Not to give, the knitting pattern is nice. It has the graph. It's intermediate. Okay, so the crochet is called Golden Afternoon Scarf by Susan Lohman. And it's just a scarf. I might actually make this, yo. I'm actually really excited. I'm currently using my Knitcrate yarn, which I can show you from last month right now. This is a much better picture. And it's just this long rectangular scarf. Intermediate, and it uses an H hook. I really like it. It has kind of an open, lacy feel to the stitches. A little texture. It goes this way and that way. It looks like it switches off. And I'm going to be honest, it does not look to be too hard. It does have some different, other than the basics. It does have back post treble crochet, front post treble crochet, back post single crochet. There's definitely a lot of information in this pattern. Oh, and interestingly enough, I thought about doing a video about this, but after they have you chain, and instead of working in the top loop, they have you work in the back bump. So I thought about doing a video and showing folks. I remember it was like night and day when I learned how to do that. I mean, look at this. A lot of words. There's a lot of words, but I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to try this pattern. It looks very exciting. And then just in case you guys want to just quick see the socks. It's pretty. It's kind of like a speckled type of yarn, looks like. Yeah, so that's it. Just got one pattern each. And a little bit of a sneak peek to the colorways for July. And then pop-up peek. There's a peek into the pop-up shop that they have. Very interesting. There's not as much information in this book. They've really slimmed down the book. Used to be they had a page or two about the type of yarn or where it was dyed or whatnot, or they'd have a page or two about each of the designers. And in this, they do not have any information. I'm going to say overall I approve. I really like getting the actual pattern in the Knitcrate. I'm least likely to actually do the pattern if I have to go somewhere and download it or print it up or whatever. I don't know what my problem is, but that's the truth. And I don't mind them having all that other information about the designers and the yarn and all that. I don't mind having that online. I use that. I'll read it online. But I think personally, because I don't have a color printer and because I try to be careful with how much I print, I don't typically do that. So I like getting the pattern here and then just reading all that other information online. But all in all, I'm very, very happy with the Knitcrate. Here it is one more time. And if you look up real close, you'll see it's like a braided chainette, I think they called it. And I am going to attempt the Knitcrate pattern. Now, before I get into my purchase, I'm going to show you guys what I'm making with last month's Knitcrate. Let me back up here. I'm not downstairs because my husband is using his computer and you know, oh, look, there's Flinny. So those of you want to see, that's Flynn from, golly, I think he was 1 year old. It was a family reunion, and my cousin, we were all getting together for my Pop's birthday. And my cousin hired a photographer to go around and take pictures of everyone. And wasn't that super thoughtful? And then we all could just order off of the CD if we wanted anything, and that's what I used for Flynn's 1 year picture. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what, just side note here, because I looked up and I was like, oh, there's Flinny. I'm going to show you guys what I'm making with my Knitcrate. Last month's Knitcrate. This is last month's Knitcrate, all caked up. This is that citrus one they had. It's a fingering and I believe a merino wool, and it has the orange, the pink, and the yellow. Just super fun, springy summer color. And what I'm making with it, actually, I think the picture's in here. Yes. I printed off Holly from the Proper Pineapple. I printed off her new shawl. I bought it off of Ravelry because I know how to buy patterns off Ravelry, so I bought it, and then I did print it off. Like I said, I don't have a color printer, so you can't really see, but you can still see there's a lot of texture and eyelets, and it's kind of a longer one. And then because it's fingering, I'm hoping that it won't be as bulky, because I made her last shawl, which I adored making it. I just loved making it. But being kind of a chubbier gal and bigger up top, there's a lot of stuff with that fabric to be at my neck. So anyway, so this one I'm hoping will be a lot better because it is a fingering yarn. I'll show you how far along I'm in it. What am I doing? I've got it all tangled up. So there I am. You know, so it's going right along like that. I've got the first row of eyelets in, or the little holes, and then I've moved on. I'll tell you what, she says in here to make sure you count your stitches, and holy heck, I thought I was doing okay. When I had done that, I think you do 40 of these chain, double crochet, chain, skip one, double crochet, chain, skip one thing. It was 40 on each side. So I thought, oh yeah, I've got it. Then I went to go to the next row. I didn't count because you just double crochet in the stitch and then in the chain space. And then I did another row after that, and somehow I was off by 2 or 3 stitches. So I had to frog it all the way back to this row so I could get my stitch count back on. And so it's definitely one of those, even though it's very easy to read and very easy to follow, the stitches are not confusing or any kind of trickery, you do have to make sure you're counting right. And you know what, folks? I've had this trouble before. When you're doing a stitch pattern, like in here, let's see if I can get it to focus, where you have the stitch down the middle right here. I don't know why it doesn't want to show you that nicely. Anyway, it won't show you. Anyway, what I'm saying is when you have these stitches down the middle, you have to be very careful to make sure you're getting that last stitch in before you get to the center right here. You've got to make sure. And then I have that little stitch marker that, shoot, I'm trying to remember who sent me that. You'll see it if you recognize it as yours. It's got the little hand and the little green beads, and it says handmade. So anyway, if you're gonna buy this pattern, it's $5.99. It's on Ravelry. Holly the Proper Pineapple made it, designed it, and I'm using my last month's Knitcrate yarn to make this. She used a more tonal, probably something like that was in the Knitcrate this month. So I just thought, you know what, this is, I think, the only fingering one that I have. I do have a blue one. Maybe I'll make another with that. But anyway, that's my jibber jabber about last month's Knitcrate yarn. Remember, they wanted you to make socks. And I'm going to be honest, I just have never found a crocheted sock that I love like knitted socks. And that pattern that they had released, last month for the knitted sock, or the crocheted sock, looked like something I'd never seen before, and I wasn't feeling comfortable like I'd be able to do it. Okay, so I'm going to pause this video, and then I'm going to go into the other side of the room and show you what I have here, and talk a little bit about it and some more information. So just a minute. So what I have here, which apparently I'm having a very difficult time showing you, is I have a little cart. Now, when I am watching TV, this is where I sit on my couch, and I used to have one of those like coffee, what are those called? TV trays. One of those wooden TV trays that you could get at Walmart. They have like 4 of them on this little rack, and I used to have one sit right here, and on top of it I'd have whatever project I'm working on, maybe a soda, a beverage or whatever, my pattern, and my little my crochet case that I've shown you guys before. And I'd usually have this sitting on top of a TV tray. Well, it has suffered some damage. The TV tray has been banged around, and it lost whatever metal piece, the brace that was underneath it that held it together. So it was at the point where if anybody touched it or bumped it, the thing would collapse. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go get myself something to put right by this table. So I bought this cart. It is on wheels. I'll hold it up in the air so you can see it better. I ordered this off of Amazon. It is 3 drawers. And as you can see, there's those little wheels. And it does have a flat surface here. I had to put it together. I got it yesterday. All these metal bars came apart or came separate. I had to screw it together and put these pieces together. I'm going to say I had the help of Jaron, so it probably took longer than if I would not have had his help at all. Because he was very minimal help. He had to watch his tablet while trying to help me. So the reason I got this thing on wheels is because sometimes I sit here next to the couch, and other times I sit back there in that first chair that I was in the beginning of this video. And so I wanted to be able to have this travel over there with me. If let's say all the family was sitting on the couch watching a movie and I want to crochet, I just want to take this cart, wheel it over to where I'm sitting over there in the corner, and let me work from there. I will say this is not sturdy enough to be used by a child. I'm hoping that with my youngest being almost 7, that they can respect this, because if this was something that was in a child's room or being used in the bathroom to store things, it's going to be broken. But if this is being used by an adult who is just using it for things like paper and yarn, perfectly sturdy. In this top one, I have my crochet knitting needles, my little whole crochet set, and I have a few patterns that I have just currently printed up, or my favorite baby sweater, and I just have them. These are the ones that I tend to make the most. The baby sweaters in here, the ripple blankets in here, and the sweater, the Madeline sweater. So these are the current patterns that I probably have been working on the most lately. And before, they were sitting right on top of that little TV tray. Now they're in the top drawer. If you can see, this is a little rectangular bin. And then I also have my little needle case for when it's time to weave in the ends or sew buttons. So I keep that in the top drawer. The next drawer is my current whip. This is in my little Joann's bag, and this is the one that I've been working on the most lately. And I keep it in there. If I'm going somewhere, I take that out, and that's what I carry right now. But otherwise, when I'm at home and I'm not crocheting on it, it's going to be in that drawer. And then in the bottom drawer is going to be the Madeline sweater and that little monster that I'm making out of the Happy Ombre yarn. So that is what I wanted this cart for, to keep the current whips that I'm working on most of the time, because usually what's happening is I was piling them up on this little TV tray next to the table. It's right in front, because you can see we're right by the front door of the house. And it was right here, piled high with yarn and all that kind of stuff. And I just thought, oh, looks kind of sloppy. I wanted to have it in something a little bit nicer for sitting right here next to the couch. And then, like I said, if I'm not able to work here on the couch, then I can go over to the chair with it. And there it is with the tabletop. Now, why am I telling you all about this? Because number one, I do think it's a really handy tool. So if you're someone like me who has your crochet sitting around in the living room and you're possibly looking for something to store your current whips in, or you know what you're working on while you watch TV or sit in the living room, this might be an option for you. Like I said, it came with these 3 drawers, and this was $30, and I bought it on Amazon. Now, I'm going to get into a little bit more comfortable position, because right now I'm squatting on the floor, and then I'm going to talk to you about purchasing this from Amazon. So the reason I wanted to talk to you about it is because of this. I have just become an Amazon affiliate. So what that means is I have made an account with them, and anytime I talk about a product that I have purchased off of Amazon, I can put a link in the description box below my video to that item, and I'm sure they put some kind of code in there. And if anybody clicks on that link and buys that same item, I get a percentage of the sales. So for example, in this description box below, there will be a link to this item, that 3-drawer cart. And if you happen to be interested in purchasing yourself a little cart to put your crochet whips in next to your couch or whatever you want to do with it, you could click on that link. You could go to Amazon. It won't cost you any more or any less than what I paid for it, but you could pay what I paid, $30. Actually, I think it was $31.30. Anyway, because I think there was tax added to it or something. But anyway, you can click on that link, purchase that cart, and then I would get a small percentage of the sales put into an Amazon account. And so that's what the affiliate is. I can, I guess, help promote items. Now, the reason why I decided to do this was because, I don't know if you guys remember, about 6 months ago, I had a giveaway where I was going to use Amazon to help with the shipping. Because whenever I send out packages, minimum, I'm spending $7 to $15 for the shipping for the giveaways. And so I thought, well, you know what? To not have to spend all that money on the giveaway shipping, I will use Amazon Prime. I'll buy something and I'll have it shipped to their house. Well, I had showed you all that yarn bowl that I was going to use for my giveaway. And when I went over there 2 weeks later and had the winner and was going to go buy it, they were all sold out. So I thought, well, you know what? I'm so happy that everybody found that yarn bowl because it was super cute. It was like a $12 yarn bowl with that looked kind of like a tulip. So I thought to myself, you know what? It might not be a bad idea to hook myself up with the affiliate link for Amazon. So anytime that I mention a product that can be purchased on Amazon, I will put a link in the description. Now, what do I want to do with that money? Amazon will then save my money, and when I have a certain amount of it, it will be then transferred to the account, a bank account, and I'm going to be using that money to ship packages. I know this sounds boring and it sounds rough, but let's just say, for example, that package that Mary Burdine has not responded to me yet. But anyway, my last giveaway, that was $30 worth of yarn, which I'm very happy to buy and do for giveaways. That's not my problem because, it's fun. But the shipping on that is going to be, because it's going to have to be in a box unless I can vacuum seal it. Anyway, it's going to be anywhere from $15 to $20 depending on where she lives. Shipping to California is very expensive versus shipping to someone in, Illinois. So that's what I'm hoping to use that money for, is so that whenever anybody purchases something using one of the links that I put in the description for something I talk about, then I will get a percentage of the money, and then they'll transfer that money into the account, and then that account will be, the check card from that is what I'll use to mail giveaway packages. So I would like to say that from here on out, in my, like I said, this cart, I bought that's in the description. Also, in the video that I talked about in the yarn dyeing, when I talked about, I put a link to all of the yarn colors, the RIT fabric dye that I used. I put a link to Amazon to every single one of those, so that if you wanted to buy the fuchsia or the black or whatever dye, you could click on that. It would take you right to Amazon. There's no extra charge to you to use that affiliate link. It's just Amazon will then just give me a little bit because I'm promoting their site, their products. I also went back to previous videos. Now, I have not gone way back, but I've started going back. So for instance, that video where I talked about Mod Podging my styrofoam head, I put a link from the Amazon account to Mod Podge. And also I found, you guys, if you loved that tissue paper that I used for the head, I found that Amazon had that, the sun and moon tissue paper. So I put a link in for that product. I put a link into the strainers, whatever. Now, obviously, some of these products you might find cheaper in your local community. And if you are one of those folks that wants to go in your local community, by all means, please do that. And if you want to buy that little strainer that I showed in my YouTube video for hand dyeing yarn at the Dollar Tree for $1, great. I obviously did. But I also, for those of you that are homebound or you don't get out very often, or it's just easier for you to receive packages, do you see I have that hair causing problems there? You can just click on that link, order it from your Amazon account, and have it shipped to your house. So that's all. I really am not trying to become a millionaire from this. Really what I was trying to do was kind of cut into, or decrease, if you will, the money that I spend on shipping and handling. Because also I I buy those little mailer bags if I can't get them into the sizes for the post office. So yeah, I mean, as of right now, I actually have had those Amazon affiliate links on the bottom of the yarn dye video for a week or so now. And 16 of you all have already clicked on them. Nobody's made any purchases, and like I said, I'm not asking you to specifically support and to do that, but I'm just saying if you would want to buy, and there has been times when I have promoted different yarns or different things that I got off of Amazon, you definitely have, you'll have those links. So I guess, I don't know. And I'll be going to the old videos. I'll be going through all of them. And anytime I mention something that I know can be found on Amazon, I'll be putting those links underneath. Because I know some of you have just joined up now, and you're just, if you're like me, when you watch a new video person, you then like binge watch all of their old videos. I love doing that. Spend a weekend watching all their videos. So there will always be, you know, those links in the bottom. Yeah, so that's kind of what this video is about. Sharing with you guys my Knitcrate, and then talking about being an Amazon affiliate. Yeah. So yeah, it'd be really awesome if you were actually today wondering, oh, I want to buy a little cart to store my crochet and my yarn in. And if you want to go buy it, there'll be that link in the description below. And you could pay the same price I paid, $30 off of Amazon, have it shipped to your house in 2 days, and then they'll give me, I don't even know how much, to be honest. My husband signed up, so he knows, but I think like maybe 5%, which is a small amount, I agree. But it adds up, right? And then we'll see. It'll help with the shipping. So, saying shipping, both Sheila French and Mary Burdine, I still would like you to email me at summerstipsandstitches@gmail.com so I can ship out the 7,000 subscriber giveaway prize. And for those of you who didn't know, I pulled a random second winner. And I just am sending a surprise bag of yarn. I grabbed 3 skeins of yarn that I bought from my Hobby Lobby sale clearance, and I popped it in the bag for y'all. Okay, so that's it. That's your quick Knitcrate opening, and then talking about being an Amazon affiliate. Thanks for watching and subscribing. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Until then, happy crafting. Bye.